Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda Quintana here, and it's Casing Tuesday. And that's the day when we take a card out of the catalog and give it a makeover. And today's card, let's take a look at it. I have it loaded up here. Here we go. Today's card, now at first it really does blend into the background a lot, so you really have to, you might not have noticed this card in the catalog because it blends with the background a lot. So we just take the card layers and we kind of figure out what the layers are and then kind of go from there. And that is just your starting point. You can add extra layers, you can take away layers, and you can use the color scheme of the card or you cannot use the color scheme of the card. It just really is totally up to you. So we give everyone a little sketch. And we have this all on our Facebook group, so you can easily access it. It's Casing Tuesday, and the link is down below in the description of the video. You might need to click on the More button so you can see the full description and access all the links. So here is the layout. Basically, it's two squares and a layer for the greetings. So this is a nice simple layout. I think a lot of people will be able to do this one really easily. Last week's one was a little bit more challenging, I'm sure, but I went in last night and I commented on everyone's cards that had been posted, because this is a challenge not just for me, it's a challenge that is open to everyone. And so I hope you will participate, and it was fun to see all the cards that people had come up with last week. There were none that were the same, so you really can use your own personal touch to create the card each week. All right, so I'm going to share with you what my card is, and I also went with kind of the floral theme, and I used this is a bundle I used 3 weeks ago on another Charming Day birthday card, but that time I used the die cuts with the bundle, and this time I'm just using the stamps. So you can see the different, I guess, charm of this bundle. You can either use the die cuts or the stamps, or you can use both of them together. And then on the inside of this card, let me open it up, I just added some extra roses. Now I call these roses as well. Where I grew up, we had wild roses that looked something like this. They were kind of a more open type rose rather than the more traditional rose that you see here on the front. So this is my card, and I'm going to show you how I made it. What else can I say today? Well, I still have my BOGO sale going on. It ends on Friday. The reason I'm ending it early is because I need to get everything shipped out before we go visit our son at the end of the month. And it always takes a few extra days to finish off the sale and everything. I have a bunch. I've got about 20 packages to get out this week. That's the first batch of BOGO items. Let me pull up. Let me see if I still have my... Here's my little BOGO sale banner. It is the 10th time that I'm doing this sale. So I always do it in the summer when things are a little slow. And really, it is a huge reward to all of you, especially this year, because I'm not getting the Stampin' Rewards. You, when you order, you are going to claim all of your Stampin' Rewards. And I don't think I had anyone that had under $20, so everyone had the potential to earn Stampin' Rewards on this sale. And so basically you get to choose my retired products, and I was just doing that first, so you can reserve them, and then you get those for free when you place an order of equal or greater value in the Stampin' Up! Store, that currently available product through Stampin' Up! Directly. The only other thing that you pay for is the shipping. from me to you for the retired products. And I try and do it in the cheapest possible way. I don't charge any extra. I just sometimes though, depending on what you're ordering, if you're ordering cardstock, I have to put it in a box, so it will be a little bit more expensive. But I try and use padded flat rate envelopes for the most part, so that we can keep the shipping costs down. But so this is really a great deal for you because you're going to get double the products for your money. And I only do this once a year. And so take advantage of it right now. I'm going to kind of gauge this year's sale and see if I continue on in this particular format, because it is slightly different for me for this year. So I would really highly recommend you take advantage of it. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue this sale going forward into 11th season, not because it didn't, there's not enough interest in the sale. There is still a lot of interest in the sale. It's mainly because there's no extra rewards for me. So it used to be that I collected the Stampin' rewards on the sale so that I could place an order as well. So, but I don't get that advantage anymore. But you get that advantage. So absolutely, this is a fabulous sale for you for right now. All right, the other thing that is going on this month with Stampin' Up, and I'm going to be using a lot of in colors today. We do have an in color sale going on right now for the 2025-2027 in colors. They are 15% off, and that does make a difference. I just realized I'm running low on cloud cover cardstock, and so I'm going to make sure that I purchase some before the end of the month. The Stampin' blends and the in colors are on sale, the ink pads. So definitely take advantage of that this month before. Sometimes those things might also sell out when we get closer to the end of the month. So don't wait until the last day because you might not have all those products available to you. They might go on back order, and then you won't be able to get the sale price. All right, I see a bunch of you have popped in here. That's great. I am going to switch to my other camera and we'll get started, and we will be making the card. All right, so again, here is the card we'll be making. And I'm using the Charming Day stamp set. There's also a bundle available for this. So last week or 3 weeks ago, I used the dies. So I just listed the Charming Day stamp set in the supply list, but you can also find, if you click that link, you'll be able to see right from that page that there is a way to get to the bundle pretty easily if you're interested in the bundle. And some with the die cuts, you can do something like this. You can die cut this die right here, and you can color this with Stampin' Blends instead of like stamping an image and then coloring it. So I don't know, this is the card we did 3 weeks ago. So you can kind of see, just comparison, you can kind of see the difference, but they're both still very pretty cards, and actually they kind of match together a little bit because I kind of used I think I used Berry Burst on here instead of Strawberry Slush, but basically very similar cards, kind of same color palette. And so yes, I really do like this kind of sketchy kind of flower. And then we've got the Stylish Shapes dies, and this die set has been around for a while, but it's been around for a while for a reason. We've got these stitched circles, so no matter if you're cutting a negative space or a positive space, positive being when you cut a square and you use it, and a negative is you you're creating a window, so a hole, and you'd either have stitching on the window or on the square. So that's nice because these are all that double stitching. All right, and then we're going to use some Stampin' Blends too, but I'll share the rest of the supplies as we go along. So let me grab my card base here. So to start off with, we're going to use a piece of cloud cover that measures 11 by 4 1/4, and I scored this one in half at the 5.5 inch mark. You can use a trimmer or a scoring board to do that. Some people just fold their cardstock in half. I really like to score mine because it makes for a crisper fold. Then I'm using the 2025-2027 in color paper, and that's this paper right here, and it comes in the 5 colors: Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger, Strawberry Slush, Cloud Cover, and Secret Sea. And this is one of the patterns. So this is the one side of the pattern, and then leaves on the back side. And then we've got, let's see if I can grab a piece that doesn't have the leaves. Here we go. The other pattern, here's just a swatch of it, has flowers on one side, which we could have also used, and it has kind of this distress pattern on the back side. So kind of neat patterns to use. And this paper is on that in color sale. Also probably need to pick up a pack of that because I've obliterated some of the colors. I've almost finished using up all the cloud cover because cloud cover is my favorite color in that group. So I just cut a piece of this designer series paper 4 inches by 5 1/4. And we are going to just glue this to the back. And I like the leaf side. I could switch it up to the other side, but gosh, I do like the leaves, so we're going to keep it on the leaf side. Just glue that down, and then we're going to set this aside for a moment, and we'll bring in our little mini boss. I have a friend that calls this the mini boss, and it's the boss. And I like it especially for dies that will are small, and if you're not doing anything too fancy, and it's a nice small sleek little machine. So we are going to need our base platform. They recommend number 1. I'm going to go with number 3 because my machine is tight. If your machine is tight, use number 3. If it's fine, you can use number 1. Then we're going to use the clear plate, and we're going to grab the largest square off the Stylish Shapes. And first of all, we're going to cut a cloud cover square. And I'm just going to run this through. This is probably going to make a big noise because it's going on the straightaway. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm going to show you how to do that a little better. Okay, because we have to cut 2 squares. So whenever you run something through and you're going straight on, it hits the roller straight on, and that makes it a little bit harder to roll through. If you can turn it just even a teeny tiny bit so it's on an angle, it goes through much nicer. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the white piece to make it easier for myself. I also have kind of a piece, the same thing. So first of all, I'm going to take off this so I don't have a tail hanging on here. And let's see real quick. So this is almost 3.5. So I can, if I just take this piece, there's really going to be no scraps after that I can use afterwards. See how that's just on a slight angle? This is going to go through so much better. I couldn't do that. I guess I could have done it on the first piece. I was just thinking I had to turn the cardstock, but all I have to really do is turn the die a bit. but it's just nice to have that tail of the cardstock on. So now this is going to be much easier to roll through now that it's just even on the teeny tiny bit of an angle. If you can do it, you could do it even just a teeny tiny bit more, it would have been even easier. So we're gonna need a square in each of these colors. And I think that's all the die cutting we need to do. You know what, I'm just curious. I think, I was just curious if this die would have worked for my happy birthday, but I think it's a little bit too narrow. So we'll just have to go with a plain rectangle. If you have another happy birthday, that's a little skinnier, you might be able to use that die. All right, so let's pop all these pieces away. And we'll grab our white square, and we're going to grab this, and we're going to grab Secret C. It's a blue black, but to me it reads black. If you've got really good eyesight, it might look more blue to you, but for me it looks almost like black to me. So I'm going to use it on here, and we probably need to protect our work surface a little bit. And we'll just turn this over, and I'm going to try and get as much of it on here as possible. And by the way, this is, just out of curiosity, this is an E block. Okay. Close this up for a moment, and we're going to grab our blends. We'll start off with Strawberry Slush Dark, and we're going to start with the big rose, and I am just going to outline all of the petals in Strawberry Slush. And this is dark strawberry slush. Just do the big rose first. I'm missing a couple petals down here. And you don't have to be super precise. You just need to get it on here. Squiggle, 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 squiggle. Then we're going to take, I'll take my brush for this, and just, I notice I am holding it on an angle. I'll take this off this scrap piece of paper for a second, so I can just kind of turn this. It kind of looks bad at first, so you just kind of have to go with it and just work on the coloring until it looks better. I think that looks pretty good. All right, we're going to do the same thing for this little side rose right here. Just trace right on the inside of all of those petals. Like that. See, it doesn't look good when it starts off, and then as you brush the light, this is our light strawberry slush, and I'm using it on its side so I'm not breaking down the tip. Okay, then I'm going to take my dark granny apple green, and I'm gonna do kind of a swoosh with my thick on either side. This is kind of This looks kind of random and not very artistic at this point, but this kind of just worked for me. And also there's a lot of leaves, so this kind of was a quick way to get all of the leaves done. Okay, so then I went in with my light Granny Apple Green, and we'll just start off by kind of just going around and just getting all of these kind of filled in. And then we'll come back with the bullet tip. And on these big leaves, I'm going to do a little bit more blending to help soften out those edges. Not all of them need to be softened, and you can go back and like add any green to any spots that you want. So you can just leave it like that, or you can do what I did. And I'm just going to kind of comparison show you what I did. Notice on the outside of this one, I've got kind of a blue shadow. So you can leave it like this if you want the crisp look, or you can take your cloud cover and just trace. This is cloud cover light, and you can trace around your edge. You can do this with different colors if you like. If you don't like cloud cover, you could do it with I've done it with Pool Party. If you do it with Pool Party though, then I would change the card base to Pool Party, and you can just trace around. I've also done it with light fresh freesia. Some a light purple works well sometimes, or smoky slate or gray granite, the light, work well for shadows. And if you don't want such a bold line, you can also use the bullet tip if you want it just to be teeny tiny. But I kind of want it to be just to kind of pop it out. Like that. That, coming to the edge like that, and I'm just going to come in. There's a white space in between. I'm just going to do that. So that kind of just, it just kind of gives like a little bit of a shading to the piece. All right, okay, so we've got these two pieces, and now we need to do our greeting. So I just started off, I think this is 3 inches. We're going to cut this down. This is about 3 1/4 inches by 5/8 of an inch. And we're going to take our Granny Apple Green ink pad. And on my last card, I cut my happy and my birthday apart. And yeah, it wasn't so easy to piece back together. So I have kind of stuck these on here so that they're straight. So I've tested it out. So if I have the block straight or matching up with the line of the cardstock, then this should stamp straight. So that's kind of the way I'm going to do this. This happy birthday, I have to say, is it is a little bit not very straight to begin with, so that's why piecing it back together is a little harder. Normally it's like really easy, but this one's just a little crazy. Okay. So it is not even on its original. If you look at that original, that looks crooked to me too. So I don't know if mine looks straighter or this one, but this one kind of looks like it's going down and up. So I wouldn't worry so much about it because it's a very scripty happy birthday. So we're going to cover up part of it with a bow. So I'm just going to cut off the edges here, cut them down. And now we're going to bring in our card base and we're going to arrange things the way we want them. So what I suggest doing is kind of getting it like you want it first, like this. And once you like that, if that looks good to you, I'm going to do this. I'm going to just lift this up because I like this where it is. I'm just going to put glue underneath here, just a little bit of glue, and then I'm going to glue these two pieces together because I got the angle that I want right, or the way I want it. And now I'm going to lift these up and I'm going to put glue on both of these. And now working with these together as one piece, it's going to be a little bit easier for me to get it placed back down. Okay, then we're going to come in here with the happy birthday. And we'll just kind of situate that kind of into there. Then I tied my bow in advance because, yeah, it's just a little baker's twine bow. And we'll just put a little bit of glue right under the B for birthday. We're going to nestle that in. See what I mean? It is going to kind of cover up part of the birthday. So even if it's a little tiny bit crooked, it's not going to matter. Okay, and then we're going to grab some of these 2025, 2027 in color flat pearls. Put those aside. Put this aside so I'm not all over the place. Okay, so then just, you can kind of keep it fairly simple. Follow my same pattern. That's I always find. Once I get a pattern for these that I like, I just kind of redo. There we go. So that is the card. And then we just need to do the inside of the card. I just lost my little pearl. My little pearl just decided to take a trip, so I'm going to place it back onto this little holder. Okay, so for the inside of the card, I just took this stamp. This is on a C block, and we'll just stamp what I called a wild rose. Yeah, we used to have these like growing on like bushes on the side of the road where I grew up. And I didn't enjoy all the things that my hometown had to offer at the time. I took it all for granted. My parents, who had immigrated from Germany, they loved the Okanagan Valley. It was so special to them. And I just thought the whole world was that beautiful. Now, there is beauty in all the world. There is. But the Okanagan is very special to me, and it had some very I would say, a little bit unique vegetation. And lots of insects. That's probably one of the reasons why I didn't love the outdoors as much, because I was very scared of bugs. And there were a lot of them. So I just, yeah, I did not appreciate everything that the Okanagan had to offer. Did not like to eat outside very much because back then, at least, the bug situation, you know, the wasps and things like that would come visit you. And so I didn't love that. But still super, super beautiful place in the world to live. And the wild roses. And I have not been back at the time where these roses are in bloom. So I don't even remember what time of year that these bloom, but it would be fun to go back. And I'm sure a lot of area has been tamed so that, you know, the native vegetation is no longer there. But I kind of like to think that maybe one day I'll go back during that season and see some native vegetation. Okay. So I'm just doing the leaves the same way as I did the other ones. I'm going to fill in the little bit in the center. And then last but not least, these ones, as far as I remember, they had a bit of a different color center. I'm going to use Darling Duckling. It's also one of the in colors that is on sale. So good time to pick up Stampin' Blends in the 5 colors, which would be Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger, Strawberry Slush, Cloud Cover, and Secret Sea. And then we can take our card. See how that's just very pretty. I've always loved pink and a light blue like this together. We used to do this a lot with Pool Party as well. But I actually, right now, I'm really loving Cloud Cover. I do love a blue-gray. Not everyone loves blue-gray, but I really do. So that's the inside. You could also stamp another greeting on the inside, but for now, I'm just going to let the happy birthday on the outside stand, and this gives you enough room to still write a little message on the inside. So there is the card, and this was the card that we made 3 weeks ago, so you can kind of compare that. I wish I had done this rose in Strawberry Slush, so it would kind of match just a little bit better. But remember, we did this rose on the inside here, so we could have done that all kind of in the, if I could have seen into the future, I could have done them all the same, so they could have been like a matching set, but they still look nice together. This one's in Berry Burst though. That's, I think, the only different color. You know, I could have done this in Berry Burst as well, but this one 3 weeks ago, we weren't in the sale. I don't think I even knew about the upcoming in color sale yet. So I wasn't really thinking about the fact that it would be cool to get the Strawberry Slush Stampin' Blends on sale. So that's another thing. So don't forget to check out that sale and get some of our new in colors. So I hope you like that, and I hope you'll play along on our weekly challenge. The link is down below in the description of the video, and if you just even want to check it out, you don't have to play along, but you are welcome to go over there and check it out. I'm sure, I haven't checked today yet. The thread went live at 6 a.m., but I'm sure we already have some posts on there, so you can see what other people have done with the exact same sketch, and you will be surprised, but you will see a whole bunch of different ones. So if you've reached this point, I hope you will be subscribed to my YouTube channel already. And if you're not, please hit that subscribe button. Please feel free to share my video with other people. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I appreciate all of those. And now I am going to say hello to everyone before I depart. And good morning, Marge from Connecticut. Hello, Christina. Good morning, Frankie. Oh, it's nice to see you here this morning. Hello, Mary. And hello, Tanya from Florence, Kentucky. And hello, Deborah. And Nancy from Maryland. I hope your shoulder's doing a bit better, Nancy. Hello, Virginia from Maryland. And Tanya says, pretty card. The inside stamps are a nice touch. I really like the cloud cover color. I do too. And I've been trying really hard. I hope you've noticed I've been trying really hard to do insides for the cards lately. And for the past 2 weeks, I've also photographed the inside of my card. I usually don't do that, but I'm going to try and do that going forward, always trying to finish the inside of my card and photographing it for my blog post so that we have a reference point to go back to. Because there's different ways to finish up the inside of the card. It does not usually need to be as spectacular as the outside, but we can add some nice little touches on the inside. And I haven't been photographing that. They are on my video, but I thought it might be nice for reference if you just need to refer back. If you get the bundle down the road and you want to make the card, then you don't have to go through the video to find the photo. Good morning, Marty from Pittsburgh, and it's sunny and hot there. Yes, just like it is here. It's a very warm week, and I don't have my husband here to do all the watering of the garden, so I've been doing lots of outdoor work. I guess I should really appreciate him for doing that all the time and keeping our plants alive. But yeah, it is hot, and we have a lot of pretty plants that like not to get too dry. So it has gotten hotter and hotter here in Massachusetts. Oh, Linda, thank you. She says my hair looks pretty. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I didn't do anything special, but sometimes it's just the luck of the day, right? Good morning, Marianne. Hello, Kathy. Mary says she's hot and muggy in Indiana. I feel like we have a weather forecast on here, and maybe it should be a travel forecast, like, ooh, it's hot and muggy in Indiana. I don't want to go there today, but maybe Oregon is better, right? Who knows? Oh, Marianne she says it's hot and humid, but she's enjoying her morning coffee sitting outside and hoping to see a hummingbird. Aw, that's so nice that you feed them. Good morning, T. I hope you're having a good day. Tanya says she also likes to watch hummingbirds. They're very pretty and amazing to watch. I don't have a hummingbird feeder, but when certain plants are in bloom in this garden, they do hit the hostas, I've noticed. And I don't know what else we have right now that I'm just looking out in the garden, what else they might like. But I know they have been hitting up the hostas, but I think the hostas are almost done. They're blooming here right now. So Marge says that they have a media book rate that I'm sure you can use to send stamp packages. Ask your post office if you can use the book media rate. Will save you a bunch of money. I don't know if I can use the book rate for stamp sets. Like, I've been told varying things, and I think it kind of depends on who you use. I use Pirate Ship to send my packages, so there is a little bit of a discounted rate with that. I don't know if book media rate has tracking, and I really would like all of my packages to be tracked. That helps both my the people getting the packages, and it helps me be reassured that the packages arrived. So there's always, yeah, there's a catch-22. Cheaper sometimes is great if it gets there, but not if it doesn't. So I have to keep that in mind too. Good morning, Sue from Texas. Hello, Kristen from Colorado. And Frankie says her favorite in color is the strawberry slush. That's, everyone has their favorite color. I like the cloud cover, but strawberry slush is such a popular color. It used to be a color. I think it used to be, was it an in color before? I think it was an in color, and they brought it back because it was a very popular in color. So I can see what you mean, and I love it for roses. It is a very nice color, and I think I struggle a lot with Stampin' Up! Pinks because there are some that are too light, and so some that are too dark. And strawberry slush is that kind of nice medium balance. So I can absolutely see why that's your favorite color. Kristen says strawberry slush pairs so well with Granny Apple Green. Yeah, a lot of things pair really well with Granny Apple Green or Old Olive. Those are my two favorite greens out of all of them. And Tanya says gorgeous coloring. Well, thank you. It is very simple coloring. I am no color master, but I think for most of us, we just want to color good enough because there's a lot of things that go into the card. So we can't spend, well, we could, but I can't spend hours devoted to the coloring of my cards. So I want to kind of have a quick method to do it that still looks very pleasing to the eye. So that's what I was going for. So thank you. Hello, Linda. And Sue says she loves the color combos. And Jean says she just got this set and love this card. Well, thank you. You know, I think I got this, I can't remember. I think I got either the dies, I think I got the dies on the incentive trip. So, and as a gift, I think it was like a spin the wheel gift, and I chose it either, I can't remember, but I think I got it on the incentive trip. So I think I bought the stamp set afterwards, but I'm really glad I did because it is a very nice floral set, and now I get to use it. Tanya says, beautiful flower stamps that color so beautifully. Yeah, they're very forgiving because they're not precise. They have a nice open design, so that really helps with that. Hello, Ellie from Connecticut. Marianne says she loves the card. Ellie says she's a pretty card. Christina says so pretty. Thank you, everyone. Ellie says inside decorating plus something on the envelope make cards so special. Ellie, yes, the envelope. I'm still not there yet at the envelope stage where I am ready to color my envelopes. I know no naked envelopes, but I'm working my way up to that. I'm doing the insides for now, trying to photograph the insides. So that is a step in the right direction. So, but yeah, if you have time doing the envelope, just like even just. Okay, for the envelope, you can take the flap and just stamp the flap. And if you don't want to color the flap, then I would just do like, maybe just stamp it in strawberry slush, the flower all the way across, and kind of, I would block off the front and then just kind of stamp on the flap and make sure I cover the entire back. Or sometimes what I like to do is put the flower down at the corner on the front, which is also a nice look. So lots of different options to do your envelopes as well. Nancy says my top matches the card. Thank you for noticing. Yes, I kind of did that a little bit. Try to match a little bit. Now the back of this shirt is Secret C. And the flowers got a lot of different pinks in it. So I thought, yay, let's see if I can match my shirt somehow to my thing. Doesn't always work that way, but it's kind of fun. Marty says she loves the card. Pink and blue with green is such a wonderful combination. It is. And I think it's something that our eye finds pleasing because we often see it in nature as well. Jean says, or add a piece of the matching designer series paper on the flap. Yes, that's a good idea. And what you can do to make it easy for yourself, you just cut the designer series paper just a little bit bigger than your flap. So, and then you turn it around and then you just cut along the edge and cut off the excess. So you would just glue down the piece, make it just a little bit bigger than your flap, and then just cut around and grab off the excess. That's a good idea too. Yes, great. Catherine says she has the set and can't wait to use it. And she says, thanks so much for sharing all of your clever techniques. Well, you're welcome. And on that note, I'm going to leave you guys. Don't forget, we have that in color sale going on. I have my BOGO sale going on. If you click over, if you want to get to my BOGO sale, all you need to do is go to the description of the video, click more to expand it. And then if you click on my blog post for today, the link to my blog post, it will take you over to my blog. And then up at the very top of my blog post, there is a header that says BOGO sale. Click here. That will take you to the sale. You just need to get to my blog, QBsQuest.com, and you will find the sale from there. It's on my homepage and right now, and it is also on all the blog posts that I've done in the last little bit. All right. Tanya says, have a great week, everyone. Stay cool. Thank you for that. I will be going live on Friday with probably a 3D project. I have not decided what I'm doing yet, but we will see. I think I've done the last online exclusives, the ones that went live this month, I think I've used everything that I bought at least once. So now I have to go back and see if there's anything else that I haven't played with yet that I need to make a project with. So we will see. It will be a surprise for you and for me. So have a great week, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.